When I hold the feather, it reminds me of my dad. My dad passed away on December 5th, and I was gifted a feather and a pouch. And my dad was always my rock. So every time I get nervous or get scared or anything like that, I like to hold my pouch, I like to hold my feather, and it feels like it just makes me that little bit stronger.
And it does. Okay. Are you ready to start? Okay.
Yeah. So my name is Lisa Como, and I'm here today to speak about my daughter, Tashana, and the worst day of my life. So I'm going to speak to you today about November 12th, 2021, something a mother should never experience, and that was the death of my daughter. My daughter was 26 years old, and that morning, police had come to the door, but we kind of assumed, my mom and I, that they were here for my younger son because he was kind of going through a rebellious stage and was getting in trouble with the law. So I kind of just said, oh boy, what did he do now? But two officers came into my patio door, and my mom and I were standing at the table. And the one officer just looked at me and said, Miss Como, can you please sit down? And the second I heard the officer say that, I dropped to my knees and I started to cry because I had a feeling I knew what had happened. My daughter struggled with addiction. So he told us and confirmed that Tashana was found that morning, and she had died. At the time, they assumed it was an overdose because the autopsy hadn't been done yet, but it was confirmed that she did die from a fentanyl overdose. Everything felt surreal. I was numb. I kind of, it's like I knew what they were going to say, but I didn't think it was ever going to happen, if that makes sense. This was the second and final time that Tashana overdosed. She had been released from the hospital about a month, actually 23 days prior to her death. She had overdosed at that time too, but survived. When she came out, she wanted to get help. She was determined that she didn't want to do that anymore. She has a little boy, Joshua, who is now 10 years old. And she wanted to be here for her son and her family. She tried to get help, but there was waitlist everywhere. And the day that she had passed, she was 23 days sober. She had bragged about it, made a video, posted it on Facebook. She knew she needed help. We were trying to get her the help that she needed, but everywhere was telling us there was a wait list. We were hopeful that she would get the help she needed in time, but she didn't. Addiction took over her, and this time for good. She died of a fentanyl overdose that morning of the 21st, and I'm very unhappy with the system because I do truly believe that my daughter would still be here if it was not for Waitlist. And that breaks my heart because it happens too much. So she was trying to get into rehab. She had put her name down at a few locations. She had put her name down at the Camillus Center in Elliott Lake, Monarch Treatment Center here in Sudbury, a few other places I can't think of right now, but all of them had some sort of wait list. I think the shortest wait list was 3 months. Yeah, so they were saying that it was like 3 to 6 month waiting list. And like I said, it's not realistic because you can't just put your addiction on hold. You need help now. And wait lists are killing people, and that's the reality of it. She has a cross at the opioid overdose site here in Sudbury, and the amount of people that have passed away from opioid overdose waiting to get help is not right. People need help now, not 6 months from now. And that's what I'm trying to fight for. So to other moms out there, don't give up on your child. Be there for them. You can only be there as much as they want you to be there. But something I have learned in a lot of my experiences is that you really do have to be vocal. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to be a little too vocal, but you do what you have to do for your children.